Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. And as you can see tonight, I'm eager to continue my Bat of Fallcrest adventure series. And but before we jump right into the action, I would like to take a moment to thank you all for your support, because as of today I'm sitting, I just checked, at 1,499 subscribers. So almost 1,500 subscribers. So thank you for your support. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see here, maybe you want to be that 1,500th subscriber. So please subscribe to the channel and like and comment and do all that YouTube stuff. And yeah, what is there anything else? No. So yeah, that's basically it. Oh yeah, regarding the subscribers, so I started this channel a little over a year ago. As a matter of fact, on the 21st of October last year I started my channel, I think, and I uploaded my first video. So that's about a year and a week from now. So during that time I gained 1,500 almost subscribers. So I don't know if that is good, but I'm happy because I enjoy it, and this is sort of like a niche thing. I mean, solo RPG and actual plays, and there are also a lot of channels. So actually I'm pretty happy, and yeah, and I hope that you keep enjoying my content. And yeah, once again, thank you. And without further ado, let's just jump right back into the action. So no large recap. I encourage you to just watch the other episodes in this series. And so we start. So the watch officer of this ship, the Bloody Mary, she just made her escape into this cabin right here. And I just realized that I forgot my tablet, so I can't show you an overall picture of the boat right now, but that's all right. And yeah, so there is on this back side of the boat, so this is like a boat anchored in the river of the Nentia, anchored in the middle of the Nentia River, about half an hour out from Fallcrest in the Nentia Vale. And there is this 2-story or 1.5-story, yeah, it's not a building, but like what you have in the back of the ship, where the cabins or the captain or the high-ranking officers are and stuff. And so this is where the watch officer who was in charge of the crew here fled into, and the door is locked. So we just ran over here as she locked the door. So I go to Selena, "Get out of the way." And I'll just stand before the door, and with brute force I just want to kick it in. So what I will do is I will roll an unarmed strike attack, because I'm a monk, and I have decided that to break down this door, it's a difficult task, so I need 4 successes, but it can be consecutive successes. So if I only get like 2 or 3 the first try, I get another try, but the longer I take, of course, the longer they have inside maybe to prepare or fortify their positions or whatever. So yeah, the Bat of Fallcrest is he's concentrating and channeling his inner strength for a martial arts door kick down, hopefully. And this doesn't count. Right, so I can already see, oh, I rolled too many dice. So I will just re-roll, because actually I rolled too many dice. So again, I would have made it, but didn't feel right. All right, so that's a failure. Oh, damn it, that was a failure. That was a failure. So 2 successes, 2 out of 4. So yeah, I focus and I kick, and you can see the door. You can hear some wood splintering, and the door, it actually moves and it gives way a little, but it fails to break open. So I have to try again. And 2 successes left that I need. Oh, look at this. 4 successes and 2 exploding dice. So just for the heck of it, 4 and another 2. So that is 6 successes. All right, so now I just take another moment to concentrate and kick in the door, and the door just flies into the room. It is just kicked out of its hinges and yeah, just basically flies into the room and clears the way. And like I said, there's this cabin. And there is a small ladder leading up here into the, because it is like a 1.5 story building, or not building but structure with a wooden ceiling. And of course, to save space, there's not like a real stairway or staircase, just but a fixed, so it's not a mobile thing, but a fixed wooden pretty steep stairway that leads upwards. And we can see from what we see that this area down here is used probably as the laboratory that they use to produce the drugs. So there are some alchemistic devices here on a table on this wall. There's a small shelf here with or cupboard with ingredients. So let's, don't know, some little alchemistic things here. And here is also a cupboard, and there we can also there are a couple of books there, and but also ingredients and oils and even some, I don't know, dead insects in glasses and whatever. So pretty nasty stuff. And in the middle of this room, or not in the middle, but here at this table, and I'll show them to you in a minute. So here is, so this is the watch officer that fled from the deck, and I'm using Pathfinder pawns here. So she is in this room here by the ladder or the steep stairway, and this is, so the pawn is a drow poisoner, but so a drow poisoner, and this is the man. I think actually from the pawn it's a woman, but it fits, so this will be the man they call the Scarecrow, the drow, or drow as it is pronounced, the drow mage that is in charge of this operation. And he is standing here at his alchemistic tables. Alright, and he, like I said, he is a drow mage, and I gotta make a few remarks here, because, so if you've seen the other episodes, you know that I am playing this game. It is called Delves and Dangers by Magehammer from Magehammer's game table, and I will link to his channel in this video's description. I'm playing this for the very first time. So what I will be doing, I will not be using the magic rules as written. Not because I don't like them, but because I just basically skimmed them. I didn't really study them. I skimmed the spells, and I don't feel comfortable, or my knowledge of the system is not advanced enough that I would feel comfortable using these magic rules. So what I will be doing, and I do this often in my games, because I find that even if I do know a system well, or at least better, what I sometimes do, I call it, I use cinematic magic or cinematic mages. So because usually what makes mages unique is, of course, the way they fight in combat, like with attack spells, protection spells, maybe environment effects. So what I usually do is I just basically reskin normal attacks into magic attacks. So instead of, like, for example, using a dagger or a staff, they would just use magic bolt attacks or waves of arcane energy to throw people or push people backwards, but they will be resolved as normal attacks. So they're basically reskinned attacks that give this mage this arcane flavor. So like I said, I also do this if I know a system well, because usually you can't memorize all spell effects, and I do not like mages, and I'm not talking about Delves and Dangers, I'm talking, for example, like in 5th edition, when you have like a mage spell stat block, and you have the section where it says prepared spells, and then there's a list of spells by circle, and then you just, I don't know, I think it's overwhelming, especially if you play a solo, to look up what all these spells do and find the right spells. So I'm more of a cinematic freeform kind of guy. So this is how I will be handling this, and I statted this guy up. So the watch officer, I got her stats here, and this is the Scarecrow, a drow mage. So I gave him strength 2, agility 2, mind 3, and I give him a defense value of mage armor 4. So basically he can subtract 4 from my successes when I attack him, because he is using he has mage armor. And what I can do, I can add like some circles to it, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it'll last 4 rounds. I just cross off those circles, and after 4 rounds this mage armor spell basically disappears. And then I just gave him, for an attack, I just gave him combat spells. So, and his attack pool is his mind, and I just said that combat spells are as effective as medium weapons. So he gets 2 dice for medium weapons and 1 die for his proficiency. He's still within the +1 proficiency level range, which gives him just an attack pool of 6 when he attacks using combat spells. So this will be like this cinematic magic. And because he's the Scarecrow, he also has a fear spell, which is not as potent. So he uses his mind plus his proficiency. So he's got an attack pool of 4, and he can use this spell 3 times, and he has to overcome the mind resistance of his target. And if he does, this target is paralyzed in fear and can't act until the start of its, or the next turn of the target, when it's a time. And then for every use, I have to cross off one of these circles. So this is how I will be handling this combat. And I hope that it's not a TPK. So those two, they should be as capable as our player heroes here. So it should be interesting, but we will see. So this door, it falls down, and Yeah, and we roll initiative. And initiative is only the players roll. They roll their agility. And if they get 2 successes, so it's an easy test, they act before the enemies and otherwise after the enemies. And yeah, so purple is Selena Kylie, the cat, and black is, of course, Brian Wayne, the Bat of Fallcrest. Alrighty, so let's see. Alright, so Selena, she gets 2 successes, even with a reroll, and I even get 3 successes. So I don't need to reroll, we both go before the enemies. So yeah, they had to duck out of the way of this door that I kicked in. So this gives us a moment to act. And the Bat of Fallcrest will be acting first. And I just move into the room or dash into the room so I can easily cover this distance here and head straight for the Scarecrow and attack him with an unarmed strike because I'm the Bat. But like I said, he's got a mage armor of 4, so my attack pool is 5, and but he can subtract 4 successes. So let's see. All right, failure, 3 successes, but 1 re-roll. All right, so 3, 4, that's great. Another re-roll, maybe it's another success. So we are at 4 successes. And damn, and of course this is a failure, so 4 successes. So yeah, I try to hit him with an unarmed strike, but as I hit him I can feel sort of like an invisible barrier of arcane force. And he just grins and goes, "Is that all you got?" But now it is Selena, and she yeah, let's see if she I roll off 1 with her die. 1, 2, 3, she joins me. 4, 5, 6, she moves towards her. Doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, she joins me. I think it's a rhyme. All right, so she joins me, so she also dashes over here, so she can easily cover the distance. And she attacks with her long dagger, a light weapon, and she also has an attack pool of 5. Sorry. All right, Selena. Okay, so this is actually 3 successes. 3, and I can reroll this one. 3, 4, which is sadly no damage. So also she thrusts at him with her long dagger, and about like a small, maybe, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch or so before this blade can be thrust into the flesh of the Scarecrow, it is stopped by an invisible barrier of force. Heh heh heh. Your puny weapons are no match for my arcane might, the Scarecrow goes. And now it's the enemy's turn. And to keep it cinematic, the Scarecrow will go first with his 6 attack dice using a combat spell. And he yeah, makes like a small gesture with his hand, and blue lightning lashes out and tries to engulf the Bat of Fallcrest, sort of like a lightning grip spell. All right, but I also got a defense value of 4 because as a monk I can use my agility resistance as an armor value, but I can't wear armor obviously. But so I also got a defense value of 4. But that is a failure. Everything else is a success. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes, but he can also reroll this one. 5, 6 successes. So I suffered 2 points of stamina damage. 2 points. So I'm at 13. So I'm engulfed by these blue flames, by the electricity. I grit my teeth, but my monk training, my inner discipline helps me to withstand this arcane blast. And now it is the watch officer's turn, and she moves up to Selena and uses the opportunity that Selena is distracted and attacks. But this is just for cinematics. She does not get a bonus. She just attacks with her attack pool of 5 dice. She's got strength 2, 2 for her medium weapon. She is wielding a saber, and 1 for her proficiency. So this is a pool of 5 dice. But Selena, she only wears leather armor with an armor value of 1. So let's see how this goes. Not so good, I'm afraid. So these are failures. 3 successes, but she can re-roll these. So we are at 3 successes. 5 successes, damn. Which means 4 points of damage for Selena, which takes her stamina already down to 6. Damn it. Oh, but I made a mistake. Because Selena, when she attacked, she would have gotten a bonus of +3, which is actually a lot because she's a thief, opportunistic attacker, and he is in melee with an ally, with the Bat. So actually this was a pretty bad oversight because I might have given him or taken him down a few points. Damn. All right, so we'll see how this goes. So now this is the end of the first round, and I mark off 1 mage armor circle here because yeah. And now we start the second round of combat, and again we roll initiative. Selena goes before, 2 successes. The Bat goes before, 2 successes that I can also re-roll. So we go before. All right, so now I gotta see yeah, I think Selena, she will go first, just in case she's taken out. And now I will not forget her opportunistic attacker. So she actually gets 8 attack dice. 3, 5, 8. And she attacks the Scarecrow. This looks good. This looks really good. Only 1 failure and 1 reroll. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. 7 successes and 8 successes. 8 successes. All right, so that is 4 points of damage. That is actually pretty nice. So his stamina goes from 12 to 8 because she's an opportunistic attacker. And yeah, so again she pulls out or she thrusts again with her dagger, but this time at an angle, and yeah, she manages to find a small gap in the force field, maybe where the front and back overlap or something like this. So, and the Scarecrow grits his teeth and goes, you will regret this. It is you who will regret everything, says the Bat, as he attacks now again. Unarmed strike, doesn't really matter. And he rolls 5 dice. Alright, so that is 4 successes and 1 re-roll, which means if this is a success, I will deal a point of damage. 4 successes. Yes, 5 successes, minus 4, 1 point of damage. Stamina goes down to 7. But now it is the enemy's turn. And so I don't know if I think it would make more sense. So I'm metagaming against myself here now. I shouldn't do this. So because I know of the stats, so if it would of course make more sense if they focus their attacks on her because she is weaker, and then they can gang up on me. But I will roll off because I don't want to basically play against myself with this metagaming knowledge. So the Scarecrow, well, actually, she did a lot of damage to him. So he identified her as a threat, as a even more as a threat than me, at least in this particular moment. So I'm afraid that indeed, so this is not metagaming, this is fits the fiction, that he will cast another shocking grasp, lightning bolt combat spell at her with his 6 dice. But 3 failures. 4 failures. Ha ha ha. Only 2 successes and she's got armor 1. So she only takes 1 point of damage, which is great. But sadly, she's at 5 stamina. Now it's the watch officer's turn. And she also attacks Selena the cat because she's in a position to basically like flank her. So let's see, 5 dice. Please don't hit. God damn it. So that is 4 successes and I can reroll this one. Yes, only 4. So she's at 1 stamina. Alright, so she's got to get out of here. At 1 stamina, she took 4 points of damage. Alright. Now initiative again. Alright, Selena, you need to get out of here. So we roll initiative and I mark off 1 mage armor circle, which is actually good. Okay, so second round he used it. Okay. The bat, yes, goes before, and the cat, please, cat, please. Come on, this got to be a success. No, it's not. It's a failure. So she goes after. This is not good. Damn it. Damn. Okay, so this is what it is, huh? I go before. Yeah, I of course focus on the mage, the Scarecrow, 5 dice. But this time, because my unarmed strikes weren't effective, and I see that Selena, she did some damage, so I'm pulling out my bat dagger, so which is basically a dagger with the wrist guard shaped like the bat symbol. All right, so bat dagger for the win. Yes, that is yeah, that is 4 successes and 1 reroll. So if this is a success, I'll deal 1 damage. Please be a success. Yes! So that is 5, and I can reroll again. 5 successes. And that is a success. 6 successes minus 4. So 2 points of damage. Not bad. So he's at 5 stamina. Ugh. But now the enemies go. And then Selena. Okay. So so he sees that she's hurting, and he also sees that she is in a good position to attack her. So now he will focus his attention on me. So and he will not use his fear spell because it's like a fluff thing, but actually it's more effective to just blast me. But yeah, that's the way it is. So all right, so 6 attack. Once again, arcane energy. No, all right, this time to make it some more cinematic or flavorful, he weaves a cloud of poisonous green fumes that engulf my head, just like in this fight here, Dark Knight Returns, and also Batman versus Superman, but the other way around, where Batman had this kryptonite gas and was shooting this kryptonite gas grenades at Superman, and he catches the grenade, and then poof, he's engulfed by this green kryptonite cloud and goes, and this is basically what happens the other way around. So I'm engulfed with this green poisonous cloud, which yeah, takes away my breath. Doesn't count. All right, so failure. This guy, he sucks. No, he doesn't suck, but that is 2. But because now I gotta like reflavor it a little, because this is I cannot use my agility resistance in this case as a defense value, but my strength resistance. But again, my strength resistance is 3, and he only got 2 successes. So as this green cloud engulfs me and I start coughing, I immediately hold my breath, which I can do for a long time as a disciplined monk. And yeah, that was him. And now we still have her, and she wants to finish off Selena, which is pretty sad, but I will rule that she is just out of the combat because she's grown on me. So let's see. All right, so I don't really have to count and re-roll. It's enough to take her out. And like I said, I don't have the rules here now to look it up if there's anything like death saving throws or whatever. So I just say, all right, so she so this last hit with her is an actual hit. So she is cut across the, not the back, because she's sort of like watching in all directions, but she suffers a serious wound and goes down and is out of the combat. So she is not really unconscious, but she's cowering and pressing on a gashing wound that she's got in her upper torso, and is basically out of the fight. All right, so that was her. So next round, initiative, only the bat. All right, so now, okay, I gotta see that. Oh, she's, but she's got armor 0. This is great. Damn, but he's already wounded. Okay, so, next round. So cross off after the third round. I cross this off. And again, initiative. Yes, I go before, which is great. Okay, so Actually, as a move, I'm doing sort of like a fighting retreat. I need to get some distance so I can move half my speed. I don't know if this would actually be an action. I just say if I use a fighting retreat, I can only move half my speed, which would be like 3 squares, so 30 feet, standard 5-foot square. So I move 1, 2, 3 into the direction of this doorway, and then I just throw a battering light throwing weapon at the Scarecrow. What's this? Yes, all right, so that is 4 and a reroll, so minimum 1 point of damage, 4 successes and a reroll. So we are at 4, so actually plus minus 0, but if this is a success, it is damage. Come on, doesn't count. Oh, damn it! 4 successes against 4 defense, so the battering bounces off an invisible wall of force and clang, falls down to the ground. Your puny knives are no match for my arcane might. Now, face your fears. And just for flavor, he casts this fear spell, again, like dark, shadowy forms lash out at me. And so now he rolls 4 dice against my mind resistance, which is 3. And but I already acted, so that'll be so 1, 2, 3, 4, and he can re-roll, doesn't matter. So he overcomes my mind resistance and used his fear spell once. So that means this round I already acted, and that was his action. So next round I will lose. I just ruled that I will lose initiative, so they will go before me and then I can go. So this is how I will be handling this. So this is the next round, but luckily now his mage armor expires. But I'm paralyzed with fear, so I can move and act for this moment. They go before, and so she uses this opportunity to move. So she goes first and attacks, and yeah, all right. But I can still defend because this is sort of like a reflexive thing. Because otherwise, I don't want to make it too hard on myself. I mean, I get 2 attacks in now. All right, so she attacks. Failure, failure, failure. Luckily, only 2 successes, which is not enough to overcome my agility resistance that I use as a defense value. So instinctively, and of course blind fighting was also part of my training while I was with the League of Shadows. So well, I didn't, but I managed to fend off her attacks. But now it's still the mage's turn, the Scarecrow, this time again with a combat spell and 6 attack dice. And this time an arcane bolt like a magic missile streaks out at me. Failure, failure, failure. 3 successes and 1 re-roll. 4 successes, but no re-roll, and I got a resistance of 4, so I managed to dodge this arcane bolt. And now the fear wears off, and I can act. So she's in melee range. There are attacks of opportunity in this game, so I will just focus on her with my bat dagger that I got out. 5 dice, attack pool. But luckily she's got armor 0, but she's still unharmed. But that's actually pretty good. That is 4, and I can reroll this one. 4, 5, 6 successes, which takes her down from 10 to 4 with 1 hit, because she is not armored. So she was overconfident. She moved towards me because she thought, okay, I'm still under the influence of this fear spell. But as she moves into attack range, I stare at her and she sees in my eyes my clear vision. I have totally recovered and go, face the bat, and thrust my bat dagger into her flesh. She also has a gashing wound, because 6 points of damage, that's not just stamina, that is a wound. But now we roll initiative again. Now let's see. And I go after them because I fail, because I suck. No, I don't suck, but I failed the test. No successes. All right, so yeah, it's their turn. So once again, she attacks. So she takes all her strength and with her saber lashes out at me. Okay, that is 4 successes and a reroll, which means at least 1 point of damage, if that is a success. 4 successes. Yeah, 5 successes, so I take 1 point of damage. So I duck, and she just nicks my shoulder with her saber as I duck. But his turn again. They both go before me. Again, an arcane bolt released from his hand. 6 dice. But this time I can use my agility resistance as a defense value, which is not that great because 4 successes, but they all re-rolled. Let's see, what are these? 3, 6. So this guy, he was hiding in the corner. So 4 successes and all re-rolls. Damn. How can you be so unlucky? So 4 successes. 4 successes. 6 successes and re-roll. So 6 successes. Yeah, 6 successes minus 4. That is 2 points of damage. Damn. Alright, so I'm at 10 stamina. So this bolt, there's no dodging and weaving this time. This arcane bolt, it hits me square in the chest. And now I can act, because they acted before me. And okay, since I'm still within melee range of her, I am attacking her now with my bat dagger, because I got the feeling she's already wounded. I can see from her movement, her thrust, that put this here so I can see better how many dice are in there. And so that she is probably not holding out much longer. So I want to basically finish her off. Okay, that's great. That is 3, 4 successes and a reroll. Yeah, 4 successes, but she's armor 0 and at stamina 4, so she goes down. She is down. Okay. But now initiative. This time I go before. Alright, now I throw a batarang, so his mage armor is gone, but I still give him a defense value of 1 because of his ropes and stuff. So he's not completely defenseless now. And yeah, I throw a batarang. So this is the next round. I go before, so this is my action batarang. 5 dice. Ooh, failure. 1, 2, 4. 4, 5 successes minus 1. That is 4 damage, which brings him to 1 stamina. Ugh. Now it's his turn. Okay. So let's see. Okay, a little metagaming here. He once again unleashes, because he's the Scarecrow and the poisonous cloud that once again engulfs me. So this time against my strength resistance. It's still a combat spell. From where he stands, it's got a certain range against my strength resistance this time. Because again, this poisonous cloud doesn't count. Alright, so failure, 4 successes and 2 rerolls. 4 successes, 4, 5, 6 successes minus 3. That is 3 points of damage. I'm at stamina 7. Again, I try to hold my breath, and now I think it's initiative because I went before. And so initiative. And I go before, so now I will finish him off. Right, 3, 5, battering. Yep, that is 4 successes and 3 rerolls. So thankfully, this last battering hits him straight in the face and splits his skull in half. But I don't take a moment to linger. I immediately head over to the cat. All right, I gotta make a roll and try to stabilize her. That is a mind roll. I got mind 2. And all right, so she's at 0 stamina, so it'll be it's difficult. It'll be a mind roll. I don't know. Doesn't look good for the cat. Damn it. Batman Death in the Family. Okay, so mind. 4 successes. It's a difficult task. Now come on, make it a moderate task. I still need 1 reroll and I can't have a failure. Okay, 2, but no reroll. All right, so last ditch effort. If I roll a 5 or 6, now only if I roll a 6 she's stable, otherwise she's gone. And I'll look up the rules afterwards, but this is how I'm going to. So this is a little freeform now because I forgot my tablet to look it up. So on a 6 she's stable. Of course it's a 1. So I head over her, so I basically ignore this guy. I don't care what's in this laboratory. I immediately head over to Selena and try to stabilize her, to stop the bleeding. But the moment I reach her, I can already see that it's not looking good. So she is already pretty pale. Her skin is like white, and she feels cold already, and she's unconscious now, because she wasn't unconscious when she was covering there, holding her gashing wound, but she's unconscious now. And I just go, no. All right, and then what I will do is I will just make a quick check upstairs. So there are no other people, so maybe the crew was on shore leave or preparing stuff, I don't know. So these guys on deck and the Scarecrow, that was the entire crew that's at the ship or that was present at this moment. All right, so what I will do is I'll take Selena, take her to the raft, and before I leave, I will set the sails on fire, and I will also look there. Probably there's maybe torches here or oil, so I look like for flammable substances, and I also light I got a small candle in my bed belt and flint and tinder, so I ignite those sails there and they burn, and then the masts start to burn, and I just set this whole ship on fire so that it is blazing through the night, and this whole operation burns with it as I sling Selena over my shoulder and leave the boat. And this is where we will end this episode, with this tragic loss. All right, folks, so I hope you had fun. And yeah, Magehammer, if you're watching, sorry if I sort of like winged it the last couple of minutes here without having access to the rules, but yeah, I think I stayed true to the core mechanic, which is indeed really fun. And yeah, you would be surprised as you see how many 6s and 1s and 2s do indeed come up when you roll the dice. Yeah, so I enjoyed this session. And yeah, I think there will be one more session of the Bat of Fallcrest left, because I still have to take care of the Fallcrest operations. So stay tuned for another episode of the Bat of Fallcrest, at least another episode before this series concludes. So yeah, thank you for watching. Once again, thanks for your support. Please do like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. And if you want to support the channel some more, check out my products on my Drive-Thru RPG publisher page, which you can find in my channel description. Maybe there's 1 or 2 products there that you might like. Okay, so that's it for today. As always, stay safe and stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.